Remember that time you got weirdly obsessed with puppets?
What are we talking about today? We are talking about everybody's favorite frog and pig romance. It's time to get things started on the Muppet Show tonight on RTT. Do Muppets. We're talking about the Muppets.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to get things started on the Muppet Show tonight.
I am so excited to talk about the Muppets because I love, as you can see, Waka Waka.
Today I am dressed like either a Muppet or some sad, horrible version of Paul Williams. So I am dressed like strange men that worked either on the Muppets or were Muppets.
The Muppet Show was kind of I don't know the best word for it, kind of like a variety show of sorts.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise the curtain on the Muppet Show tonight.
It would have a guest star, usually a celebrity like Bernadette Peters or Mark Hamill, that would come in and do different sketches throughout the course of the show, and it featured characters like Kermit and Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear and Gonzo as they did like bit to bit to bit.
Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like a kind of torture to have to watch a show. And then Anna was like, do.
I did watch the Muppet Show. I loved the Muppet Show.
This is the most egregious case of me being a youth that there ever has been. I don't remember ever watching the original Muppet Show.
I want to make it clear, I didn't watch it when it originally aired. I am not that old. Sorry to people that are that old.
It's time to get things started. Why don't you get things started? It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppetational. This is what we call the Muppet Show. And then Gonzo goes, "Rrrr," and that's it. That's the intro to the Muppet Show. I love that song.
What did I think of the original Muppet Show? I loved it because I have eyes and a soul and a heart. And I feel like if you don't like the Muppets, you're missing at least one of those things.
Of course I watched the Muppet Show. Was I a human? Did I breathe? Was I alive? Yes.
Which Muppet do I most relate to?
I'm gonna go for who probably everyone's going for, Mr. Kermit.
Who could that possibly be? Waka Waka.
I mean, it's gotta be Miss Piggy, right? She's blonde and fabulous and a scooch demanding.
Rizzo the Rat. And I like him because he has a certain level of chaos, and I like that he's always scamming.
Everybody knows my favorite Muppet is Janice, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Muppets Take Manhattan, which is the best movie ever made and the absolute most important movie of my entire life.
A teddy bear who's funny, who's determined, who's driven, who's got a sense of style. Sign me up for that any day. Sorry, Miss Piggy. Sorry, Molly, because I know you love Miss Piggy. But Fozzie, he's where it's at. I'm just saying. Sorry, not sorry. Waka Waka.
I would say the Muppets theme song is definitely the first thing that I think about when I think about the Muppet Show. And then Pigs in Space, probably.
Pigs in Space is like the Star Wars parody of the Muppet Show. And you know, pigs are everywhere. When you've got Miss Piggy as head pig, I only know one truth about Miss Piggy, and that's that she goes where she pleases.
I mean, I think anyone could be able to go to space as long as they're given the choice. I'm not a huge fan of monkeys going into space. Like, I know why we have to do it, but it's always made me really upset.
And what I remember most about Pigs in Space was their sweet outfits. Like, all the pigs had they appear like leathery metal. Is that a fair way to describe it?
What was the head pig's name? The guy.
Blink hog throb.
That pig with that really strong cleft in his chin. I was like, why is he attractive though? Like, why does this pig look good?
My deviated septum has prepared me for a Kermit impression. Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
I'm gonna start with Janice. Janice is like, hi.
Sam Eagle here. Now, we will all go orderly into the theater. Stopping in the middle is distinctly unpatriotic.
Mork. Like, isn't that offensive to Swedish people?
Ralph kinda talks down here, you know. I'm a jazz puppy. I don't know. Not a jazz puppy.
I love it. I love original Muppets. I'm here for all things Muppets. I've more recently gone back and watched more. I'm super excited about it being on Disney Plus and having everyone be able to watch original Muppet Show and see kind of where this thing got its start and where its popularity came from and the older days of Muppets Gone By.
Green smoke.
Well, I like the movie fine so far. It hasn't started yet. That's what I like about it.
Let's start with the original, the Muppet movie.
Muppet Treasure Island.
Muppets Take Manhattan.
A Muppet Christmas Carol.
The Great Muppet Caper.
The Muppets Most Wanted.
Now, my favorite Muppet movie is hands down the Muppet Wizard of Oz. Now,
I think my favorite celebrity appearances are in the original Muppet movie. Again, I'm biased. It's my favorite Muppet movie.
Steve Martin is the waiter.
He had such an attitude problem. He was like so irritated with them.
I think every big comedian is in that movie from that time, right? Every time you turn around, there's a new mega comedian that's in that film. Like, oh, there's Bob Hope serving ice cream. There's Richard Pryor, the balloon vendor. Here's Steve Martin, the waiter.
so in the Muppet Wizard of Oz, Dorothy is played by Ashanti. And she sings, instead of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, she sings a song called Kansas. And the chorus goes something like this.
The correct answer to this question is Tim Curry as Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island. Thank you. Next question.
Muppet Treasure Island. So, I know that Jim Hawkins is looking for his dad, who I believe was a pirate. Is this the original Pirates of the Caribbean?
Sort of loosely follows the story of Treasure Island.
Muppet Treasure Island begins on an island, and it's pirates bearing their treasure to the thrilling song Shiver Me Timbers. Shiver my timbers, shiver my soul, yo ho hee ho. Then it cuts to Jim Hawkins, who's a person. I look around here and I want to cry.
Jim Hawkins sees him and he's like, hey, you're gonna leave. And he's like, yeah, but if you let me leave, you can have partial ownership of a Long John Silver's franchise in Ohio. And Jim's like, deal. Ohio is a lit.
And then there's a tornado, Wizard of Oz, and then she lands in Oz once her house gets picked up. Important detail. Toto, her dog, is not a dog at all. He's a prawn. And she has...
We're gonna talk about Muppets Take Manhattan. Look at us, here we are, right where we belong. Okay, that's the opening number in the musical within the movie known as Muppets Take Manhattan.
Muppets Take Manhattan was made in the 80s, and it looks like it because of the fashion choices.
Come on, combine my two favorite things, Muppets and the greatest city in the world. You've got the ingredients for an amazing movie, and it is an amazing movie.
Well, our favorite Muppet pals have just graduated college, and they are on their way to New York so they can put on a Broadway show.
They're like, hey, let's take this to Broadway. Everyone will want to buy it.
And meeting the son of a big-time Broadway producer who says, yeah, I'll produce your show. My dad said I can have money to produce any show I want, one show, to get my start. I want to produce Manhattan Melody.
Kermit's like, we got to get the gang back together. And then he gets hit by a cab and gets amnesia. And I don't know how amnesia works.
I believe what happened is he offended Piggy so much by the fact that he didn't remember her that I believe she hit him. She hit him in the head so hard that he remembered everything again. And then Manhattan Melody opened on Broadway and it was a huge, huge hit.
Am I a man or am I a Muppet?
Am I a Muppet?
I did see the Muppets movies with Jason Segel, and I thought it was cute.
The Scarecrow is Kermit, and the Tin Man is Gonzo, and the Cowardly Lion is Fozzie Bear, duh. And there's a...
I love it. I don't know if that is a popular or unpopular opinion, but I love it. I saw it in theaters with my mom. She cried when Kermit started singing the Rainbow Connection. I've seen my mom cry twice in my life. Once was at my wedding. The other time was when Kermit sang the Rainbow Connection.
I can already tell that what I'm saying is gonna make our editor put that guy, this guy, on the screen. I don't want him here. We are not friends. Get him out, please. I know what I'm saying. I sound fine. Please get him out of here. Thank you. No, go.
Okay, so the Muppets movie is about Jason Segel, who you might remember from Forgetting Sarah Marshall or How I Met Your Mother. And he has a brother.
Brother? Who's a Muppet?
And I'm actually just now realizing it. This is the plot of the Country Bears movie. And the Country Bears movie came out first. So I don't want to say that the Muppets saw Barry Barrington and were like, $1 million idea.
Can you imagine if Jason Segel was just, because he wrote this, he was just watching the Country Bears one night and he was like, Muppets.
And I thought we were done with Barry Barrington. We already did an episode about that. I already had to watch Christopher Walken and his armpit fart champions. But here we are again.
And it's just a gem. It's just a treat. You should go watch it right now. Pause RTT, come back, but pause it, and go watch The Muppet Wizard of Oz. You'll thank me, I'm sure.
Sometimes you gotta get out of Kansas. Gotta get out. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, Kermit! Look! What? Bean, what are you doing out there?
I'm running away.
Oh yes, I have seen the Muppets represented in Disney parks.
Yeah, I have seen the Muppets represented in Disney parks several places. There's Muppet Vision 3D at Hollywood Studios.
I love Muppet Vision 3D. It's a classic Hollywood Studios attraction for me.
And the queue, in my opinion, is one of the most hilarious. It might be the most hilarious queue in all of Disney World.
It's literally sight gags the minute you walk into the building. Like there's an archway and there's like a crack in the top of it and it says you must be shorter than this to come in. And there's a security sign and it says, be back in 5 minutes, the key's under the mat. And if you go look, the key literally is under the mat.
To the A Net Full of Jell-O, which is a great reference to Annette Funicello. To the pre-show scroll where Rizzo shows up looking like Mickey Mouse.
It's like, dun, 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 dun. And he's like, you're not Mickey Mouse, you're a rat. And Rizzo goes, rat schmat, they're tourists, what do they know? And that's a really good joke.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what's going on? Because they were cannons and the wall was blowing up and actual pieces of the wall disappeared.
And I love that it was like really 4D. Like it featured like a live Muppet.
Sweetums comes out and that's always just amazing. Like, cause you're like, oh, it's a 3D show. No, the Muppets are really there and they're really listening. Sweetums is there. He's gonna report back to Kermit. if you don't like the show.
Miss Piggy almost gets to sing Dream a Little Dream of Me. Stars flying right above you. I can't do her voice. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Do I suddenly do a really good Miss Piggy impression? Is that on the agenda for my life?
I am a big fan of the heckling old men.
There was a lottery to see who got to hang out with Quincy, and I ended up at dinner with her. Oh, you won? No, I lost.
Hey, Molly Stetler and Waldorf impression wasn't half bad. Nope, it was all bad.
All right, don't go anywhere. We've got a next show. How can I go anywhere? We're bolted to the floor. Oh!
It's not easy being green. Try being 74. I just made that one up.
Better than this show. I'm terrible. I can't.
Like, if my life goes the way I hope it does, that is my future.
There was great moments in history in Liberty Square in the Magic Kingdom.
I remember going to the Sleepy Hollow, like, little kiosk and getting myself that bomb, like, fruit and Nutella waffle and hearing Muppets. And I was like, what is that?
Great moments in history, but only the American parts.
I think it's really, really cute. I think for a section of the park where kids aren't typically super interested, that was a very fun addition.
I'm gonna tell y'all about Gonzo's Pandemonium Pizza Parlor, and then you're gonna be so upset that it doesn't exist, and I'm sorry to make you feel this way, but Gonzo's Pandemonium Pizza Parlor was going to be in Hollywood Studios, and it was going to be themed after Gonzo and Rizzo starting a restaurant. But I want you to understand something. Coming close. The food was going to be brought to you by animatronic rats.
That would be absolutely amazing. I would totally sign up for that.
If people could get past the fact that they're definitely not real rats.
If you go over to Epcot, remember they had Ratatouille in there.
Why did this not happen? Is there some logistical issue with robot rats serving pizza? Because I don't think there is, because there's robots in lots of Disney restaurants, like DJ Rex plays me music, Sunny Eclipse plays me music. They could easily bring me pizza. Why couldn't robot rats bring me pizza? Why didn't this happen?
So, like, I actually think this is something that Disney really should invest some time and money in. I would love if there were more Muppet restaurants, really. Like, Gonzo's, well, I should clarify. I wish there were more Muppet restaurants as long as they are not like Pizza Rizzo.
I think it is probably one of the worst, if not the worst, quick service restaurant in all of Disney, period.
Pizza Rizzo has a very good Caesar salad.
The food is bad. I would say bad. I think the only people that like it are like little kids.
It's good. My kid likes it.
And really picky eaters. So like maybe Duck Fist.
Pizza Rizzo is fine.
A lot of people hate Pizza Rizzo, and I'll tell you this. I probably wouldn't recommend the pizza there, but if you are vegan, they have a plant-based sausage sub sandwich that is so good, I had to get a second one immediately upon finishing my first. So now I always get two. Am I sorry? Sorry, not sorry, as young people say.
I have wanted to go to Pizza Rizzo specifically because Rizzo's in the name. I know that there's some fun Muppet jokes in there. I probably will go now that I live here, but I've been emphatically told not to. And so take with that the information of that you will. I'm sorry, I word saladed. Take that as you will.
I'm Max. Your daddy was sick, so the union sent me.
We need to upload Muppets Now. Now.
Wow.
Muppets Now is a Disney Plus original show
where the Muppets are producing a web series, and the show is about them trying to get it off the ground.
So it's basically like they're making a YouTube video.
They really have brought the Muppets into the 2020s. And I say that because it's very funny. It's like it features themes of pop culture as they are now. So Miss Piggy literally is like an influencer.
I heard Muppets Now is pretty terrible, and I don't want to say that. Listen, the Muppets really can do no wrong. It wasn't up to the Muppet standard, if you will.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. There are some segments that really make me laugh out loud.
I did try to watch Muppets Now. I gave it my absolute best shot, but I will tell you, it just wasn't for me. And I didn't dislike it. I didn't think it was awful. I just don't need to see Miss Piggy with a bunch of like current celebrities.
One of my favorite moments of Muppets Now is when Kermit is trying to interview RuPaul. Hello, how iconic is that? Kermit is interviewing RuPaul and everyone keeps interrupting him, including Miss Piggy. And if you have not seen that, you will get your whole life because it is everything.
I like RuPaul on there. Actually, RuPaul is very sweet. There are parts of it that I really liked. And I should support it because I do want new Muppets content. So I guess Muppets Now. I'll take what I can get. I'm Breedlove.
I love the Muppets. I love them very, very much. And yes, I would like to see more of them in general.
Overall, I love the Muppets. Look at me. I'm dressed like a, Muppet-loving guy.
I think the Muppets are so pure and they're such joy. And if you can watch the Muppets and not smile, well, then you're probably a monster.
I would move in with the Muppets. All of them. I'd move into a bus with the Muppets.
The Muppets is an iconic brand in television history. And
The Muppets were pure joy and comedy in childhood, and it just proved that Jim Henson was a genius, that he was able to make something, educational and entertaining and fun and silly that parents could enjoy with their kids. It was fabulous.
I've said everything I have to say within reason.
What is Muppet humor in 2021? It doesn't need to be edgy. It doesn't need to be sarcastic. It doesn't need to be ironic. It just has to be literal and loving and truly authentically funny.
Hey everybody, it's Molly. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of RTT. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you know when new episodes are coming out. If you want more RTT right now, click over here for a playlist of our favorite videos about various Disney movies. And if you want more AllEars, click over here to catch up on our Disney World Ultimate Challenge tournament. Thanks for watching.